Hey everyone, it's that time once again. So glad you could join us today. We got an independent horror drama for you that takes place during a zombie apocalypse, though I would be hard pressed to call it just a strict zombie film, and it is called End Times. It is from Jim Towns, who wrote and directed a story about Freddy, who is a veteran who's trying to survive this wasteland. He's suffered tragedy himself due to this virus outbreak that ended up turning a lot of people into vicious, nasty zombies, and those that didn't get turned into zombies just turned into vicious, nasty people because there are no more law enforcement or other structure in their city to keep them from doing mean and nasty things. Meanwhile, we run across Claire, who is from the suburbs. She's not used to survival situations. She's not trained at all. She suffers some horrific acts of abuse by those a-holes running around the wasteland, but she comes across Freddy, and these two form a bond where Freddy protects Claire as the two try to escape the city and the mean and nasty people, both zombies and non, that inhabit it now. End Times was an interesting film. I really enjoyed it quite a bit. Jim Towns gives us a bit of a spin on the zombie infection story by making it a character-driven piece, kind of a la, The Last of Us or The Walking Dead, though this was actually shot before The Last of Us, but it's got that vibe, but it's definitely got its own identity. And now Jamie Bernadette plays Claire, and it's unusual to see her kind of in this role like this, to a far more vulnerable role than we usually see her in, though she has taken them in the past, but in here she just plays it fantastically. Her talent getting to shine, and you feel for her as she goes through some pretty extreme things. Mad props to her and her performance, and really selling what couldn't have been easy scenes to shoot. Now, Freddy is played by Craig Stark. He definitely sells, and you buy into the fact that this guy is a seasoned veteran. This is a guy who's trained in survival, and you buy it. He really can play this role well, convincingly, and I enjoyed the dynamic between he and Claire, and the fact that things don't go quite that easy. We don't get a simply the best type of montage for Claire, and then of course there's the vicious, nasty people that they run across, especially the first group who look for Marie Olsen playing Alexis in here. She's part of the first mean group that we see. Always great to see her, and she's just enjoying playing a villain, it seemed like, quite a bit, selling that role well. And we also get Dominique Swan in here as Tina. She puts in a solid performance. I was very intrigued the fact we did have zombies in here, and I loved the makeup effects on the zombies. There's lots of practical effects in here. There is some CGI as well worked in, but almost all of it's practical, and I appreciate that because it gives it that extra real and gritty feel that you want when the kills happen, which surprisingly enough, a number of them do happen a bit off screen, but you do get also plenty on screen. So there's a great mixture there to help keep playing with your imagination a bit. I loved the sets in here, the locations that they picked. It felt like a wasteland, like society has crumbled, not just the buildings. And it really gives that loneliness and isolation feel to it as well, which I'm sure was hard to pull off. In fact, I know it is because we did interview Jim Towns recently. Check out our interview. It is on the YouTube channel here, as well as our podcast, The Spoiler Room. And he told us exactly about how he picked the locations. And let me tell you, they look great. There wasn't any need for CGIing the locations at all. They were in the right spot at the right time, and it helped create a convincing post-apocalyptic landscape. Look for Kaiwi Lyman in here as Hayden. His character really takes a turn, and in a surprising and delightfully evil way. Overall, I say End Times is definitely something you should check out. It's put out by the Asylum, and this is one of the good Asylum films, I will say, and I've watched plenty of their films. It's always a mixed bag with them, but this one I think is worth your time. So there you have it. Check out End Times. If you have, please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Please help us get to 2,500 subscribers by subscribing, bells and whistles, and all that here. I thank you for your support. And until next time, remember, as always, keep that ticket stub.